Welcome back to another video, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, we're going to talk about the best time frames for scalping. When it comes to scalping, it's pretty simple. So 15-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute, and 1-minute, I'm using it for my entry. 30-minute all the way to monthly is for my confluence. So how I start is, let's mark down the live market at the moment. Monthly resistance and monthly support. Weekly, same support, same resistance, but I can add another support in the monthly here and then another resistance right here. So that's my weekly. I'm gonna change the color to, and then I usually change my monthly color to very red. So far we have is monthly support, weekly resistance, and monthly resistance. So monthly highs here and monthly low is same thing. Weekly high, weekly low. Daily, daily low, daily high. So far for our major zones, we have all our major zones marked up. And then now we're changing it to 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame when it comes to scalping, it's very, very important. I really value my 4-hour support and resistance. So 4-hour resistance and 4-hour support. Now I'm gonna look at my 30-minute support is right here. Now I have all my major zones marked up. Now I go to 15 minutes to look for an entry, and then so is 5-minute and 1-minute. So let's go to 15 minute to look for entry. So at 15-minute, the reason why I want to look at 15-minute and 5-minute is because it gives me a clear structure where it tells me where the high is and where the low is and where has been the recent support and resistance has been. So on the 15-minute, we have a very, very clear setup here. So as you guys can see, clean traffic to the left, 20 pips, right? Clean sells below 50. Clean setup, 38 pips range. So in this case, as a scalper, I'm gonna lower my time frame to 5 minutes just to see where price is at. So 5 minutes, so at 550 will be my buys, and then sells will be at 0.50. So the reason why I'm doing 550 buys is because of these highs. And the reason why I'm doing 0.50 is because of this low. And after that, the next target zone will be this right here. So once 0.50 is triggered, this will be our target zone. And then if buys are triggered, this will be our target zone. After that, clean traffic. Next target zone will be right here. So that entry is 15 minutes. So sometimes when it comes to trading and when it comes to scalping, when I get break even on the same setup, I usually enter on 1 minute as well. So for example, on 1 minute, sometimes it gives me very clear structure. If I'm an aggressive scalper, I could enter here as well or here. But since I'm a more patient scalper, I can enter at 550. But 1 minute gives you much, much cleaner setups sometimes too, and very early setups when it comes to entering a trade. So a very early setup would be 350. And then at 350, CP1 will be 450. Then TP2 will be 550. And stop loss will be 250. When it comes to entry as a scalper, it always starts from 15-minute all the way to 1 minute. As a scalper, what really, really matters for entry is 15-minute, 5-minute, 1 minute, 3-minute, and then your 4-hour. So let's take a trade. Just so you guys know I'm not cheating, I'm just gonna pick a random spot right here. So right here. So now Let's mark this zone. So my weekly resistance, weekly support, so my weekly support, weekly resistance. So monthly resistance. The reason why I'm marking that wick as a resistance is because that's the current high, quote unquote. When it comes to high time frame, it's better to mark down the most latest high and low. So weekly high and weekly low. So weekly resistance and weekly support. Daily, we're forming a double bottom. Prices ranging in the daily. Coming down to 4 hour. 4 hour is where we're gonna be looking for entry possibly. So an entry could be placed at 100 or so what really matters is my 4 hour support, 4 hour resistance, and then just gonna remark this right here. So now coming down to 15-minute, we're gonna look for an entry. So to look for an entry, potential entry could be let me check, 33 pips. So potential entry could be here, 164,900. 10 pip stop loss. And my TP1 will be 10 pips. And then after 10 pips, I'll move it to 20 pips. Same thing for sell. We have a 15-minute support here. And we have cleaner range here. So I can either take sells at 900 or I can take sells at 800. I really like the 900 sells. Let's come down to 5 minute. It would have been better if I went down to 1 minute, but I can't really go down to 1 minute at the moment because the data will be lost. TradingView unfortunately doesn't have the data to 1 minute. So coming down to 5 minute, we're gonna take an entry at 163,900. And stop loss will be 10 pips. First target will be 10 pips. So let's see how price plays out. Pullback, hit 10 pips. So in this case, once it hits 10 pips, I usually move my stop loss to break even. So by the time it hit 10 pips, it hit almost 15 pips. So this trade hit 17 pips, and then after 17 pips, it got us break even. So after this trade, we got break even. So for me to re-enter in this trade will be below this low right here. It would have been better if I could go down to 1 minute, but I can't because TradingView doesn't have the 1 minute data, unfortunately. So now another entry could be at 700. Let's see if you get a chance. And then my buys at this moment, I'll change my buys from here to here. And that's based on 5 minute, mind you guys. Let's see if we can get these triggered. So 700 cells are triggered, and we already hit 10 pips. So if it comes back to 700, I'm break even. So break even on this trade. Now, another potential buy could be above here. Clean traffic. Let's see. And I can potentially target this zone right here. 30 pip. My TP1 will be 10 pips. Let's see if we can get it triggered. I'm already up in this trade. 30 pips hit. And then my second entry could be here. So as you guys can see, I took 3 trades so far. So one was here, it hit 17 pips. The second one hit 30 pips, but we haven't triggered the third entry, which is this right here. So all these 3 entry was based on 5 minutes. Of course, I had my major zones marked up and my support and resistance of 30 minutes. And but mainly for entries, I use 15 minute and 5 minute, and as well as 1 minute. As far as for scalping, it's really simple. Most of my entries happens in 5 minute and 1 minute, and it's usually very quick. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know a lot of you guys wanted me to make a video on how I answer and execute my trades and the best time frames to execute a trade. I hope I covered everything that you guys were looking for. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and make sure you guys comment down below what do you guys want to see next. I always read all the comments, and I appreciate the love and support. And make sure you guys join the live trading lab. We're currently at 1,600 members. So other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow.